Go back to en vivo, okay? I talk about the couple of the theory, things like that, okay? So 30 essential skills for qualitative researchers. Well, this is written by Creswell, and this is the most highly cited qualitative theory book. Okay, if you click on that, you can see everything here from the beginning to the end. Okay, and so it talks about what? Talks about the main things. This is what he called 30 skills to conduct qualitative research. Okay, and so and so here you can see part one, part two, things like that. Collecting qualitative data, analyzing data, writing up, and things like that. And so, if I were you, I would read through this book and make a note every time you read something important and relevant to your paper, to your dissertation. Well, this is like cookbook, okay? 30 essential skills. Uh, I think this is highly advisable to read. And so Spradley, Sidman, Spradley, Hardy, and uh, if you click on the teacher as an enemy, this has been used as the model writing up for qualitative research. And so let me, okay, okay, okay. So this is the beginning part, okay? The teacher as an enemy is the title of the paper. And according to this one, uh, Harry Walcott cited three sentences as the representative coding here. The first one, I don't like Mr. Walcott. Second one, he always make me work. I hate Mr. Walcott. Okay, so this one talks about the conflict between native speaking American and Indian boys and girls. Okay, so it talks about the cultural conflict. But well, this is written in the teacher as an enemy first appeared in 1974, but what he talks about is still can be applicable to now. Let me give you an example. As a teacher, if you have a passion and you want to teach your student more, do you think your student will follow you well? No, why? Too much, like that. I don't like Mr. Workut, teacher. He always make me work. I hate Mr. Workut. And reason why Mr. Workut gave a lot of work to Indian students is because of their academic achievement, okay? But basically, students hate it. Even here in PKNU, in our program, in our class, if I give you 5 more assignments from now on to the end, will you be happy about that? Maybe in front of my face, maybe you might say, well, professor, you're working hard and things like that. But at the back of me, you spoke bad on me, and some student might think of dropping the course or things like that. That's the reality, you know. If you go to the library of the PKNU and if you go to the bathroom you can have a chance to hear students' real voices, okay? They spoke bad on me all the time. They call me as a fat guy, fat and short and ugly and things like that. They do not even give me a title like professor or things like that. One example, I can give you one example. To develop students' English ability, I tend to use English a lot in undergraduate course. And one day I went to the library and I went to the bathroom and to take care of my work and things like that. And one guy right in front of my bathroom says like that. 가는 뭔데 영어로 첫 십으로 쌌노? 가. So I couldn't open up the bathroom because of being afraid of seeing that guy. Are you familiar with the tone and the language of Busan here? No? 저 십으로 싼 놈. Yeah, so he told me, not told me, but he talked with his friend, talking about my English-driven course, and he said like, what the fuck that's going on and things like that. So the conflict, okay? The conflict exists everywhere. Not to mention 1974, but now here in PKNU, even in our class, I don't think all of you really like me. Maybe some student might admire me or things like that. But for the case of other students maybe really hate me because maybe did I give you much work here? No? That means you like me? Are you sure? How? 100%? So these are all about the qualitative research or qualitative spread, okay? I can have a passion as a teacher. I can teach you with all heart. But that does not necessarily guarantee that students will be achieved 100%. You know why? That depends upon their learning style, that depends on their preferences for instructor and things like that. Okay? So no matter what I say, some student might hate me, or no matter what I say, some student might respect me. Okay? We are different, okay? I'm different and you are different. And so accepting the difference and thinking about the conflict and finding out a way of solving the problem is the first thing that the qualitative researchers do all the time. So is the case of the working mother there. Okay? We told the story there, which makes sense and which shows reality. Okay? So, if you face up the reality, it's a kind of scary thing to do, okay? It's really scary. But once you face it and try to accept the difference, okay? Everything is different, okay? My son, my daughter, my wife, me, my mother, even family is different, you know? How could they be the same? So, reason why people admire Harry Walker's work, the teacher as an enemy, is because of the commonality in terms of dealing with the conflicts in class. Not to mention of the uh, native teacher and Indian boys and girls, but in reality, in PKNU, that happens now. That's the reality. You know, maybe I want you to admire or respect me, but that happens only in front of my face. But once you are home and once you are talking about me with your husband or with your wife, you might say the same thing. 가가 뭔데 영어로 첫 씹으로 쌌노? Right? You don't agree? 어, 김수정 선생님, do you have a chance to talk about me with your husband? In the case, what am I called? 가. 오준일 바라보기? 아니면 뭐예요? 선생님? 그래, 다, 가보다 낫다. Okay, so a lot of people enjoy reading this one, especially for the teachers. Uh, uh, this article has many benefits of hearing teachers, especially. I think talking about conflict between teacher and student now is one of the utmost period, okay? And so I don't understand my student at all, and they don't understand me at all. And the language that I learned recently is 개킹 맞네, things like that. 개king. So at first I couldn't understand what she says, but I asked one of my students working in the department, and she explained that means very angry, upset, or things like that. 개 means, 개 is kind of emphasizing, okay? King means upset, madness, things like that. A lot. So little by little, I learn, okay? In the bathroom of the library and everywhere. As long as I open up, I'm fine, okay? But if I close my mind and try to define them as a, chances are low for me to understand them. Well, understanding our student is really essential because I'm talking about the communication, okay? How to talk, how to write, how to listen, how to speak. And without understanding another person in front of me, how can I make communication effectively? Anyway, okay, so this one talks a lot of things, okay, dependability. Well, these articles shows an example coming from our field, English education, okay? So you might feel some sense of it. Dependability, credibility, conformability, and trustworthiness are really important criteria in assessing qualitative piece of work. Trustworthiness here, and unethnographic diary study, and this one. Last time, Professor Bear asked me about the coding method, how we can do it, and things like that. I already posted here. Well, this is the translated version of Saldana, and so 질적 연구자를 위한 보호와 지침서. And so this is the translated version, and so here it talks about many different types of coding, okay? And so you can see this one, and talks about analytic memo and first cycle and many different types of coding methods. So based upon that, you can choose one of them, okay? And right here, define what coding is, and so provide example. Uh, in our class, we only talk about phenomenology, okay? And so here, if you take a look at it, you can see a method of coding in phenomenology. And so right here, okay? So I think this is a great book because in your defense, a tricky professor might ask you, on what basis did you choose that coding method? Then you can refer Saldana and saying, according to Saldana, for this case, for the phenomenology, this could be one of the essential one to do it. So, upon the guidance of the Saldana's book, I quote such and such and such. Then, one of your committee members who asked it might say, okay, because it's a matter between that professor and Saldana. It's not, and so what the committee member wants is your knowledge, preparation for coding, whether you refer to something relevant or not. And so if you if you cite Saldana, I don't think no one will open you, and you will be safe, which means you graduate now. Okay? 김수정 선생님, fancy 하지 않나요? 살다나 이런 사람 처음 봤어요, 내가. 아니, 그 코딩을 어떻게 이렇게 그래서 여기 보면 the coding methods here depends upon the types of the data, depends upon your theory, depends upon your stance. So in the coding, you can code millions of codings, based upon your angle, based upon your perspective. So you need to decide what theoretical background will be the best to support your position. And so it talks about everything. So I really strongly urge you to read this one before to the defense things. And also distinguishing the boys, Duff and Lee, and things like that, and Lincoln and Guba, and so things like that. Like I said, MBO R1 books here. Sidman is a good guy, and so like that. Okay, right here again, Yadav Drishti's criteria for good qualitative research. I think this is also good one for you before you write a paper, okay? But let's see, Drish Yadav, okay? 21, okay, years of 21, okay, quite recent one. And so it talks about the evaluation criteria of the qualitative research, things like that, okay? So having said that, let me move on to research proposal. Like I said, we are gonna meet on the last day, okay, the 15th work, with this one, your proposal, okay, your proposal. And so if you click on the research proposal, it defines what is a research proposal and things like that. Why don't you read aloud this one, and all you have to do is to just fill in one by one, like research design and methods. In this section, you outline the overall strategy and research proposal steps, blah, blah, blah. So what you have to do is write that down. Research type, qualitative or quantitative, primary or secondary, source, research design, descriptive, correlational, and experimental. Here, you need to be very careful about the wording, hypotheses, and questions. So, if you conduct quantitative research, definitely you have to use hypothesis. But if you're conducting qualitative research, question is the right word, okay? And you need to talk about sources. How will you select your sources? Case studies, random sampling, and blah, 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 blah. Regarding the theoretical background, remember I told you about MVivo R1, book 1 and 2. There, I talk about the rationale of the conducting qualitative research. So you can cite that reference as well. Anyway, talking about the sources, if you conduct qualitative research, let's say, I just focus on the phenomenology, okay? Uh, when we say qualitative research, it's nothing. Under it, there are traditions, okay? So if you fill in all the tradition of qualitative research, I'm gonna have you graduate now. Okay, try. A lot of people talk about qualitative research, and so what it is. Qualitative research is nothing, okay? It's like 대한민국. So when you write address, do you believe 대한민국 exists in the zip code 우편번호? No. What you need is the bottom one, okay? So it's a kind of concept, okay? Categorization. So qualitative research is like 대한민국, okay? If I ask you, 김수정 선생님, where do you live? So Busan. Everything is yours. Busan where? 해운대 is everything for you. 해운대 where? So you need to narrow it down. The actual one, okay? The actual one. So when we say qualitative research, it's like 대한민국, Korea. It's nothing. The value, nothing. Nothing is there. It's just for categorization, okay? The bottom, not the top one, okay? And so, the tradition. If you are not aware of the tradition, qualitative research, you will be in trouble in collecting the source, okay? You will be in trouble in understanding data triangulation. If you have trouble there, you'd better forget about the qualitative research and do the quantitative research, okay? Please tell me, when we say qualitative research, what could be traditions?
Read papers, literature review.
Oh, oh, 혈압, blood pressure. Oh, ambulance, I need an ambulance. Oh, did you take my course before? No? Okay, okay, okay. So, because you took my course, qualitative research course before, Yeah, please tell me, what could be the tradition of the qualitative research? Name at least five.
I have to think.
그래서 if you go back to the book that I recommended there, it talks about the such kind of flow of thinking. Okay, so it talks about the case study, phenomenology, ethnography, um, action research, and things like that. And based upon the traditional qualitative research, uh, for some qualitative research, data triangulation matters a lot. So, like case study, action research, and ethnography, they need data triangulation, meaning that you need to collect at least three different sources of data. And for the case of phenomenology, only one is enough. In other words, interview. Okay, so that matters a lot. And so, without understanding those theoretical backgrounds, you cannot, write a good proposal for you. Okay, and so also you need to talk about research methods, what tools and procedures, blah blah, practicalities. Talk about significance. Okay, so key questions to blah 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 and things like that. Okay, and discussion. So I think this person did an excellent work of guiding good quality in research proposals. So you have to think about every item here carefully, like purpose of the study, advancement of existing knowledge, and things like that, and citations and things like that. And so research proposal format, if you take a look at it here, you title page, abstract and table of contents, research paper introduction, background, significance, research design and methods, hypothesis. Well, if you conduct qualitative research, you don't need a hypothesis, okay? You can talk about your question, okay, research question, discussion, timeline, budget, expected, blah, blah. And so one by one, guidelines for research proposal formatting, font and size, and blah, blah, blah. Well, those are depending on the department that you belong to, but it talks about standardized format, okay? Research proposal examples. And so if you click on that, you can see example of the writing, okay? And so I think this is the most and the uh, most impressive way of explaining how to write research proposal effectively. And I strongly advise you to read this one, and based upon this one, just try to fill out one by one, okay, in your writing. This is like guide map. So this one teaches you where to go and things like that. 김수정 선생님, I do have a question for you. With your student advisor, in what stage are you in?
I'm not yet beginning.
You just start this semester?
Yeah.
Why you didn't choose me? Because of the rumor? Oh yeah, I think you had a good choice. Not because I'm telling you, not because of your choice, but because of your stage. So no matter where you go, people call stages are there. Okay, and so because you are in the first semester, so you will take couple of the courses here, and then Um, for the case of our department, 2 years later, you are expected to submit the research proposal, okay, to graduate, okay? And before that, you have to conduct a pilot study. So your major is the English education, right? And so you're gonna see me more than this class. And so I believe you are not taking my course. So stages are there, okay? Stages are there, and for this one, at least we are talking about 2 years later, okay? And so, as the beginning student, what you have to do is to take as many courses as possible, just focusing on your interest, on your paper, okay? So it could be a methodology course, it could be a method course or whatever. You just choose it. But I'm afraid in our department you have not that many opportunities to choose because we had four English ed professors, but two professors retired. And so we have only two, Professor Joe and me. And so, but also you can try other department course, okay, if that really interests you. That way you can take the course and the compared to undergraduate class, uh, especially for the case of doctorate course, it's not like read and prepare and take the test and get a good result and ha ha ha. Well, this is not the graduate course. In the graduate course, you need to think based upon your line of thinking. You need to have your logic, okay? In order to have a logic, in order to defend yourself, the first thing that you have to do is read, read, read based upon your interest. If you don't read, and don't read, you don't graduate. Okay, that's so simple. Based upon your interest. Okay, so uh, in your coursework, try to focus on your dissertation. Okay, and so I'm interested in such and such and such, and for this semester, course is offered here and here and here and here, and if that really interests you, you have to take it. So it could be 3 courses or 4 courses, only if you are interested in that. Okay? I didn't know you were the first semester in our program. So, what's your impression? How many courses? How many classes are you taking? Three. So me. Ah, all right. So Professor Park, although Bang Meran, although she is retired, she will be here in the doctoral program, and Professor O is the same because of the giving diversity to the students. Okay, so based upon your choice, your preference, you can choose the topic from the courses offering like that. So anyway, I'm going to offer another class next semester, and will you be in my class or not?
It depends on the subject.
Smart. Okay. So anyway, we are talking about your 2 years later things, but without this process, without going through this process, you cannot graduate at all, okay? And especially for the research proposal, a lot of students hate to do this because it's kind of very complicated. And the first thing that you do in your whole life, and because of that, they just postpone proposing something, and their year of staying in the department has been going on and on and on. So 10 years later, would you like to graduate this program 10 years later? No. So from the beginning, you have to do it. Think about it, okay? Having said that, the other thing that I would like to emphasize today, uh, I'm gonna by mail, I'm gonna give you this one, but this one, the one you saw, talking about my current project, okay? Working mom in Singapore. I'm gonna give this one to you with the audio recording, okay, right after class, and also what I'm gonna give you is the presenting MBO R1, and so this one again talks about everything, the same thing. Uh, Basically, it's about the PowerPoint version. So it divides the topic, and then all you have to do is again follow the procedure here, okay, under the given domain. So in your preparing for the proposal, you have a chance to use the technique here. For example, framework metrics or EndNote to MVivo things. It talks about very clearly about what you have to do first and what you have to do last and things like that. So all you have to do is search and do it, okay? So this is the another version of the presenting MBIBO R1. And also last time we talked about the qualitative logic and things like that, and I mentioned the dictionary, the Sage Dictionary of Qualitative Inquiry. So I think this is also very relevant and important reference for you. So anytime when you conduct the phenomenology, you can simply ask phenomenology. It will tell you what phenomenology is and a couple of things, the method of data collection and things like that. So as far as qualitative research is concerned, if the terminology matters a lot, you can go here, the Sage Dictionary of Qualitative Inquiry, and then ask it here, okay? Then it will let you know nicely, okay? As a beginning qualitative researcher, you might have confusion, okay? You might have confusion and things like that. So it talks about constructivism and a lot of definition things here, okay? So I'm gonna send you the dictionary. The dictionary part is already posted on the LMS, okay? But Professor Bear and his follower uh, need this one obviously. So I'm gonna send you this one, and also presenting MBR1, and also the ongoing my research paper. Okay, the last one that I would like to add up, that I should add up, is about the I need to go to PKNU library, okay? And so last time, what we couldn't do, recognized. Oh, again, okay. Why? Okay. So at PKNU, if you go to the library here, you have many choices here, and uh, what I emphasized there was the Haksul database. If we go there, uh, what we can get it is the academic search ultimate. I think that's it. And Google database from outside. If I click on that, okay, I can log in, and then I can use the database here. And so uh, the window is not quite familiar with me. But anyway, if I say written, oh yeah, corrective, written collective feedback. Okay, if I click on that and if I search on that written collective feedback, search, and so here you have many choices. Okay, and so I could have many choices here, and so for the case of written corrective feedback, they got 164, and uh, okay, this one. I need to click this one. Peer-reviewed journal means this is the SSCI journals, which is quite popular and quite prestigious. And for the peer-reviewed journals, starting from 2005 to 2024, how many? How many I got here? Uh, so 160. 160. Okay. Anyway, but this maybe I can. Yeah. Okay, good. So the first one I got is the written corrective feedback in English for specific purposes, nursing students writing courses, a quasi experimental study. They didn't conduct the qualitative study, perceptions and preferences of blah blah blah, things like that. So I strongly advise you in your writing proposal, use this database, okay, and peer reviewed reviewed one, okay, and so that you can see the recent one, like 2024, how many, how many 2023 and things like that, okay, and so what you have to do, what you need is the the paper. Okay, click on that, and then you can download it. Okay, and so click on that and as a journal. Okay, and so you can save it. Okay, you can save the article at the download, and then you can go back here, the original source, and and the second one is the same. Okay, that way you can collect the original paper there, and then what you have to do at the same time is uh, let's see. I can do it with the EndNote. Okay, uh, I'm sure you can collect this one via EndNote as well. Okay, and so again, let me check on that. EndNote. Okay, okay, right here. Okay, right here, 반출 서식 원리 도구. If you click on that, it will ask you 반출 도구. And so what you have to do is you can do RIS or EndNote online now. No online, but the RIS, maybe you can do this one, RIS, and if you save it, it will be saved like that. Then you can open it up in the EndNote, okay? And then reason why you have to do that is you're gonna have the original paper, let's say 20 original paper, and EndNote data 20, where they show author, title, year, abstract, and things like that. Then you can you can transfer that data to MVivo. Okay, in MVivo you can get the abstract and couple of things. So if you refer to the material that I introduced, uh, you can do your proposal writing efficiently, okay, very efficiently, okay. It's a piece of cake. Once you have the data, it only takes just one click, okay. You will know what that means, okay. Usually when we write dissertation, uh, talking about the reference section, it's gonna take, if you do it by hand manually, it will take 1.5 days. But if you use the system, EndNote, EndNote, then it will take you just one click. Okay, one click. So which one would you prefer? One click or 1.5 day? Huh? One click or 1.5 day? One click. Questions? I think I covered almost everything that I intended to. So, so I think it's the best time to call it a day. And again, let me just show you the schedule here for the sake of confirmation. I'm going back to the previous one where it talks about the your schedule, okay? And so I have a schedule right here, okay? Let me maximize so that you can see it more clearly, okay? And so we are here, we talk about writing a proposal, and you handed in your finding out themes. And so 11s, 12s, and 13s, 12s, no class. And we were uh, expected to meet 13 and 14, talking about acquiring ambiguous skills, but as I told you, you can simply go there and see, follow the instruction one by one. Okay, that's so simple, and so you can run everything all by yourself, or you can simply pick up for the sake of writing proposal, transferring EndNote to MVivo, and framework matrix. Okay, those two skills usually we use when we uh, write a paper. Okay, so you can simply learn about that. So you don't need to be here 13, 14 here. However, if you miss me, if you really would like to see me, you can call me, okay? And so we can discuss in my office maybe for 2 hours about things, but we don't have a class here. in 13, 14. And so the final day here, the 15th week, you have to hand in by Monday night, okay? You have to hand in your research proposal, okay? Based upon the format suggested, you know, in here, and people. 김수정 선생님, am I clear? 표정이 클리어한 것 같지 않아요?
We will write our research proposal using any available word process program. Is it okay?
What do you mean by word prompt?
Word processor program. Maybe we can, when we write a research proposal, we are pretty much used to using the Areangan, and somebody can use the MS Word.
I would prefer using that in the Word program. Reason why I'm saying that is because of the grammar, okay? Uh, the grammar, okay? Uh, I think the right now in my class we are using Grammarly, and basically the Grammarly is the program where you can uh, where you can see the correction and things like that. Okay, every time you use this one, it tells you about the mistakes. So let me. I think this is like yeah. Let me open this up. Professor Bear and I had a chance to talk about this before, about the grammar using class where the uh, let me minimize this one. And so this one. What you can see from here is students writing development, okay? And so right here, writing one here, the mean score 64, okay? And writing two, the mean score 82, okay? A huge difference there. And the only driver affecting here is the grammar, okay? So let me show you what grammar meant to us, okay? Uh, this is grammar basically, and if I go to the download section, you can see obviously after Parents' Day, I will change my computer. I'm gonna threaten my mom and to buy it, okay? So this is the assignment, okay? And so here, what students are expected to was to write a diary for the class in English Word program. And so comment on the test and classroom. And so let me copy this one. And if I go to the Grammarly, new document, what Grammarly can do, is to tell you about the errors, okay? And so done. And you see the error here, okay? And so in the middle exam, so article, and my weakest point was identifying word group, talks about space here and things like that, okay? And so what students are expected to do was, if I go here, what students are expected to do is to fill out the form here. This one talks about errors in writing in general, okay? And this one talks about activity. So diary on the middle exam and suggestion or comments for my class written in English, Okay, in there, this student made a mistake in run together, two errors from wrong form of verb, and things like that. Okay, and table 2, I asked the student to write their perception, attitude, belief on using Grammarly. Okay, so they wrote a diary. Again, they do cut and paste to Grammarly and check their mistake. So for the case of this student, uh, no errors in the grammar, okay? His feedback. So his feedback has no errors, but his diary has three, four, five errors. And so purpose of doing this is to monitor uh, the writing development. So if you take a look at this one for the learn together, this student made a mistake in the beginning, but this error is gone. And that way you can see the progress or degress in terms of activity time, okay, from the beginning to the end of the semester. And so the one that you looked at, this one, the one that you looked at, well, these students do exactly the same work, okay, the same thing. Every time they took the quiz, they write a diary about their wrong answers and things like that, and grammar checked to find out the errors. And then writing 164 mean score, 82 writing 2 mean score. And students themselves are quite sure about their progress by looking at the numbers here. And they are really proud of me. I don't think so. I don't think so. Like I said, 과거 영어로 10을 쌓노. Well, student progress, okay, by the given data, but their appreciation is not necessarily coming toward me on the spot. Maybe after graduation, they might think about my writing class, and they might regret telling that 가가 뭘 그래 영어로 첫 10으로 샷노. But later after the graduation, but that's okay as long as they perceive it, they see it, okay? And I think that is part of the pleasure of teaching someone and learning someone. We are looking at the progress. Only one exception, And so here, uh, 82, starting from 82 and 68, you know why? Poor at working on the assignment. She had a problem with the understanding my direction, and in her diary, she wrote like her grandfather was an English teacher, and so every time she did an assignment, she had a chance to talk with his grandfather, and his grandfather. I haven't ever met him, but I don't think he likes me. So, so he told his granddaughter by telling, "This is not good way of teaching English, and you have a poor English shame, blah blah blah." So he provided a negative, influence on her, and so. Well, I think in terms of 82, at this time, the mean score was 64, I'm sorry, but she wrote 82. 82 means, in terms of ranking, the second one, the third, and suddenly she dropped the 60. We can see an example of how students, parents, or caretaker or relatives affect students' current learning. Okay? Okay? I haven't met her grandfather, but if I had a chance to meet him, I would say, shut up, okay? Shut up, please, for your granddaughter's education, okay? You are providing negative support here. There is no such teacher who is poor, okay? We do have a right. Yeah, festival, and sorry.
My question was which word processing software we have to use in our proposal writing.
Pardon me?
When we write our research proposal, do you want to use the MS Word processor?
MS Word, because I will give you a chance to check up your writing with grammar. That way you can see your pattern of the errors in your writing and things like that. So that's why I strongly urge you to use Word document, okay? But if you use Hangul, uh, there are many problems, okay? In terms of analyzing, in terms of analysis. When you use Hangul, you cannot see clearly how many words are there.
Right.
But when you use Word program, at the bottom of it, it shows how many words you write so far. That is just one example, okay? And also, in terms of analyzing program, they usually don't take Hangul, okay? Hangul provides a lot of problems in this analysis. So I strongly advise you to use your proposal format as a Word document.
And what is the date of our 15th class? Is it
By
June?
by Monday, 24 o'clock sharp.
I mean, is this the 10th week?
15th.
I mean, is today the 10th week?
Let's see. Today is the 10th week. So 5 weeks later. Okay.
Then the
On
fifth
June
week
11th.
will be June the 11th.
Yeah. June 11th is Tuesday. We have the last class.
Yeah.
So we have to hand in our homework on June the 10th.
June the 10th.
The
Okay.
deadline for the submission is June the 10th.
June the 10th. Yes.
Okay.
So I think I covered everything, and so you can go home now. And like I said, if you